This is a short video on what is AWS Cloudformation. And this video I'm going to show you how to create a Cloudformation configuration file and how to deploy using the AWS CLI. Cloudformation is an infrastructure as code for AWS Cloud. It allows us to provisioning AWS Cloud resources and replicate it with multiple environments. It is easy to use and safe, also useful for reducing the time consuming when you want to replicate the same resources on multiple AWS accounts. CloudFormation will take care of doing the right operation to perform when managing your stack, orchestrating them in most efficient way, and rolls back changes automatically if errors are detected. AWS CloudFormation stack is a collection of AWS resources that you can manage as a single unit. It means you can create, update, delete a collection of resources by creating, updating, deleting stacks. All resources in a stack are defined by the stack's CloudFormation template. Let's create a sample AWS CloudFormation file. Sample.yaml. So in this example, I'm going to create a S3 bucket using the CloudFormation. So now let's start configuring this YAML file. So the first immediately we want AWS template format version. So every configuration file we require to have this template version. So this is a standard version as of now AWS CloudFormation is using 2010-09-09. And now let's give some description. What is the use of this this CloudFormation file? CloudFormation code. Now let's start creating the resources. As I told, I'm going to create a S3 bucket. So for that, the key of resources, we need to give the logical name. Now let's give a name for this resource. This is a logical ID which we are going to use with this CloudFormation code, and we can use this as a reference to this resource. If we have a multiple CloudFormation file, we can use the same. And the type I'm going to declare as S3 bucket. AWS S3 bucket. Now let's give some properties for this bucket. Properties. The mandatory property required for this S3 bucket is the bucket name. So we have to declare this bucket name. So I'm going to give sample hello world. Now let's give one more property tags. This is not a mandatory, just for how to create a multiple properties. For that only I'm just creating this key environment and the value development. You can give as many as tags you want. So I'm just giving one only. So now let's start deploying this CloudFormation. Before doing the CloudFormation deployment, we need to configure the AWS in our system. So I already configured this one. So let's deploy AWS CloudFormation, create stack. We need to create a CloudFormation stack. So first time I'm going to create this, so that's why create stack. And next time we have to use the update stack. So the stack name I'm giving as a hello world, and the template body file. We can deploy this YAML CloudFormation configuration file into a S3 bucket, and we can execute from there. So this time I'm just accessing from the local only. Yeah, now the CloudFormation stack is created, and this is the ARN is returned for that ARN created for this CloudFormation. and account ID and unique ID and all. Now let's see the S3 bucket in AWS console. Yeah, now the bucket is created, sample hello world. This is the bucket name we given in the CloudFormation code. And let's see the properties section. We given the environment, tags, environment as development. So this also created. Now let's open the CloudFormation to see how the stack is created. I given the stack name as hello world, so the hello world stack is created, and this is a CloudFormation is creation is completed and resources. So this is a logical name we given in our core for configuration file, and type is S3 bucket, and this is a physical ID. If you click this one, it will directly open the S3 bucket, and these are the events. Create, complete, create in progress. Now let's do some modification on the configuration file. This access is off for, and now public access is given for this bucket. Now let's configure the YAML file to give the access. For that, public access block configuration. This syntax, everything is available in the AWS documentation for site. So I will show you in the later part how to access this. Block public ACL, block public policy, ignore public ACLs, public ACLs true, and restrict public buckets as true. So these are the four public access configuration. In if you go to AWS console, you can see these four public access configuration. So we configured this one. Now let's update the stack. Earlier we used the create stack command, so this time we have to use the update stack. So AWS Cloudformation update stack. So it's already created in my history, so can access. So now the same ARN is written. Now let's open the console. Oh, some error. We got some error. That's supposed to be. Oh, the public block public policies spelling mistake is there. So typo error. So block. Now let's update again. Let's refresh the events. So update in progress. In case if any error occurred, that CloudFormation will roll back to the previous state. Whatever the previous start data was there, it will revert back. So now the updation is in progress. It will take some time to get updated. Yeah, now the updation is completed. Now let's see on the S3 bucket. Just refresh and see the access. Yep, now all the public access got updated to on. Earlier it was off. So these syntaxes are all are available in the AWS documentation site. For to get that one, we can Google like AWS S3 bucket. So these are the CloudFormation documentation site. So here we can able to access all AWS resources, CloudFormation code, SNS, SQS, Everything is available here. So this is a S3 bucket configuration, type is S3 bucket, and the properties we given only two properties: bucket name and tags, and public access block configuration. If you click on the public access block configuration, you will get a more information, what are the nested configuration information. So we can give in the JSON file or YAML file. I created in the YAML file. So these are the information about the properties section. We'll see more about CloudFormation templates on my next videos, which is used for real world projects. Thanks for watching this video. If you have any queries, please feel free to comment below this video. See you next video.